Interrupted again. I want to have to do part 2 on it. So you're going to have to go to part 2. Okay. Look at what I'm saying. And to see what I'm saying, you have to feel it. Okay. So anyway, Jesus said himself, I am but the door. I can't do anything but through my Father. Okay. So he wasn't actually doing it. He wasn't actually performing these miracles. He wasn't the one actually doing it. He was just the tool. Okay. Just like all of you and me, we're just doing this thing here. I'm just the tool doing this. Whatever it does beyond this, that way, it's not me. It's a spiritual thing because I'm putting it out that way. You understand? It's coming to me that way. That this knowledge and things that they're coming to me that way. I use that from my experiences, what I've done, and but I get fed on what I can use. It's like a library. Use this, and then go back and pick the file. Here you go, and here it is. Okay, Jesus himself said, I'm the door. I'm the door to the kingdom. Okay, and he said, follow me. I'm the way, the truth, and the life. So what he's saying is, I will show you. I will show you the way to do it, and that's what he was trying to do, and trying to get people to understand. But they stop at the door. Everybody's worshiping Jesus, and that's not what he wanted. That's not what he wanted. That's not what he came for. Okay? That's not what he came for. So if you want to experience those powers of the kingdom, whatever it may be, people, we don't really know. Do you understand? We've got words here. We got words out of the Bible. We got words out of books. We got words out of people that got their ideas and, everything else. I'm putting it to you simple, straight up. Okay? Boom. Straight up. I'm not twisting no words. I'm not of the word of the Lord. I'm not twisting the Bible. I'm not, downplaying anybody else or nothing. I'm just telling you straight up from me, the way I get it. Okay? You take it how you want to take it. If it makes sense, fine. But you got to get beyond the door. If you want to experience the powers that you receive, I speak from my experience. You want to experience the powers of heaven, okay, of the kingdom that he was speaking about, then go past the door. Go past the door. Get there and go, hey, Jesus, all right. How you doing? And walk in. Don't sit there and praise, oh my God, it's like being starstruck. You see a star, I've known many stars, they're just people, man. They're just people. They love it when you treat them that way also, not with disrespect, but they're just people, They like that because they get so much of that entourage, that whatever, the paparazzi, I can't even say it. Paparazzi, what is it? What is the word? Paparazzi. So anyway, they get so much of that it's, I can imagine, me, myself, I wouldn't want that, I'd have to hide myself too. I'm not about that. So there's a lot of them that don't like that, so, and for yourself, why would you stand at the door and just worship the door? And that's what you're doing when you just worship Jesus Christ, Jesus the Christ, for lack of explaining things and make it quick here. Jesus Christ, he didn't want to be worshiped. He didn't come to be worshiped. So you're not right in worshiping Jesus the Christ. Okay? You're not right. But with no disrespect, you have to go past the door. He himself said, I am but the door. Through me, you get to the kingdom. That's it. Go through me, you get to the kingdom. Whatever that may be. So for those that want to believe in that respect, spiritually, then there it is. Real simple. Okay? Quit praising and worshiping Christ, Jesus. You understand? Admire him, thank him, respect him, bless him, receive the blessings from it, but that's fine. You get past it. Go into the kingdom. Spiritually, you go into the kingdom, you start experiencing the powers. Okay? You want this divination, you want the divine, you want to feel the divine, you want to be able to, expand your sense of intuition, your projection, all your gifts, man, you want that? They're inside. They're inside. Okay? They're not at the door. If that makes any sense. I mean, I'm just telling you what he said. That's what he's saying. So if you want to believe in that respect, then believe it right. Okay? Now, let's jump to the other side. And that's the demonic. Okay? The demonic. I want to tell you something. And a lot of you might not agree, and you might say, I don't know, this guy's really gone off the edge, or I don't know the way he's saying or what he's saying. The devil is my servant. The devil is my servant. Okay? He works for me if I so deem it so. Because I have raised to a level that I'm authorized to have that. Instead of looking at him like he's a pure attack of my life, I can turn it around. If I accept that, he is. If I accept that and I keep saying it, I keep talking it, your words are powerful. The Lord Jesus said, the words of the mouth are powerful. You can speak life and death. Okay? So if you keep speaking, you're sick, you keep speaking, you got headaches, you keep speaking this and all this negative, you're enhancing it on yourself. You keep speaking, the devil, he's attacking. The demonic attacks. But if you make him, what do you think you're doing? You're worshiping the devil because you're giving him attention to what he does. You understand? It's real simple. And it's beyond that. It's the power beyond that. It's the darkness, the power of darkness. Do you understand? He may be running things, but he works for me if I so deem it. You know why? Because he works for the Almighty. And Jesus himself says he got the keys. So if he got the keys to release you from all that, you got them too, because you're the heir to the throne. You're the heir to the throne, so you got everything he's got. That means you got the keys to hell. Some of you get it. I know you do. I'm telling you. And if you think that way, that sucker works for you. If you so deem it. And I don't mean, okay, devil, go over there and attack that person. I don't mean like that. I don't mean like that. I mean, he works for you. He's subordinate to you. He's subordinate to you. Okay? He's not more powerful than you are. You are the walking power. But you have to declare it to yourself, and you have to walk in that spirit of light so that you are that walking power. You're walking power, and you can turn into walking karma. You're walking karma. You can walk in a room and, people, there's going to be people that just like cats hiss, they're doing it within themselves, but they're, oh man, because, why? You know why? Because you're a mirror. You're showing them they have to straighten up. They can't act like they act. And if they do, they feel guilty about it. You know what I mean? That's a good thing, because that's what you're here to do as a worker of light. You're a light. You can't help it. You may walk in with a smile. Hey, what's up, everybody? What's going on? And you haven't shown anything negative, but some of them take it that way because it's, they've got that darkness that's working in them. They've got that falsehood. They got those masks that they're wearing. Oh man, now I got to pull out. Look, he's here. I got to pull off the mask because he'll see right through me. So I got to straighten up. Like when the cop's behind you and you see the lights. You know what I mean? How come you ain't driving the same damn way you were driving before? all of a sudden, boy, it's 10 and 2, and man, you're straightening up and make sure that over there and straighten stuff up, watching that rear view mirror. Yeah. Same thing. It's the same thing. And that's just a person in uniform. Guess what? When you walk in as the light and you have that light and it beams beyond you, you're doing the same thing to the demonic. The same thing. And people have it in them. They're not sure of it, people. I'm telling you, that's why it's not the person. You know what pisses me off? I got to put it this way, straight up. What pisses me off, and it pisses me off to this day because it's happening as I'm speaking. My family that I've put years into, of love, man. And I've been there, and I'd fight for them, and I'd stand for them, no matter what come through. If they needed me, they call me, man, I'm there. And at some point, this demonic or the dark side has taken over or has entered, and they turn their back on me. And it doesn't piss me off because it disrespects me. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is it pisses me off because I'm mad at the dark side because they're using who I love. Does that make sense? They're using who I love. And that, I'm telling you, that just riles me. Why do you think I'm doing this? That's why I'm doing this, and I'm not going to stop, and nobody's going to stop me. That's why I'm doing this. And for everybody else. But mainly, right off the top, my family. Because my family has been used. My loved ones have been used. Some of my grandchildren, maybe. You know, some of my cousins, some of my uncles. You understand? My closest to me. My wife. Because they couldn't get to me. It could not get to me. Because I'm standing too strong. It tried. It thought it had me. But I outwitted it. Because the knowledge of the light is bigger than any of that. And when I finally stood up and said, that's it, boy, things changed. So then it went all over the place. Started using my family and my friends. That right there is what pisses me off. That's right there is what actually fired all of this right here up. That's what made me do it. I said, you know what? I'm not going to take this. I'm not going to take this. I could have continued doing my leather work and just, step away and go do my leather work, man. But you know what? No, I'm not. It's not happening. I know what I have, and I'm going to use it. And you know what? I'm going to battle these suckers. And somebody needs to show this to the people because people are out there getting hurt, and that's what's doing it. That's why I'm doing it. Because you people are getting hurt, you're getting attacked, and you don't even realize it. You don't even realize it. There's a lot of you don't even realize that there's family members that are turning against you, and you don't even know what you did. You didn't do anything. You actually just stepped away because they're treating you bad, and because of that you're hated, and things are said about you, and you're hated, and things are said about you, and you're hated, and things are said about you, all kinds of things, whatever they can do. And it's the demonic within them. It's not the people themselves. So how much can I turn on them? Can I say I hate them? Am I going to say, God, I hate those people. I hate this. No, I can't. Not with the knowledge I've got. I've got to admit what I know. And what I truly know is it's the demonic. Somehow it slipped in. Somebody opened the door and it attacks the weak. They were weak. That's all there is to it. There's no harm and there's no shame in being weak. The shame is recognizing and not doing something about it. If once they see it, that's different. But for my part, it pisses me off. And I'm telling you, look what it fired up. And I'm going, man. I'm going, and I'm going to keep going. I'm telling you, because I want to battle it. And these people, if they come back into my life, they come back into my life. But things are going to be different because I'm going to have barriers, man. You understand? There's going to be a different story because I'm not allowing it to use them again because it hurts too much. It hurts too much to see it. That's what hurts me. It breaks my heart. And that's the only way I can be attacked. You know, it's like this. And I'm not comparing myself to God now. Don't get me twisted. But it's like this. In a very low scale, I'll say, because that's how I see myself in that, respect. It's like God, the Lord, the Almighty, whatever. If Lucifer could not, as we know it, the story, okay, let's just, for sake of argument, could not, after he was thrown out of heaven, whatever, and he was supposed to be the greatest of creation, we became the greatest of creation, so he hates us out of jealousy. But if he could not hurt the Almighty, okay, hurt the greatest power of all in total, whatever, we can't even understand what it is, okay, in what way could he, the only way that he could actually get his revenge, that would be to attack his masterpiece, which we are. Why do you think we get attacked? We get attacked they're trying to kill us in darkness. That's without knowledge. So he wants us blinded to these facts that I'm pointing out, and I'm going to keep pointing them out and keep pointing them out till everybody that can hear me wakes up and sees it, man. Sees what I'm talking about. Because I'm pissed off. Because of what I said. They started off using my family, man. I put my heart into them. And they're trying to rip them away from me. Grandbabies. Great-grandbabies. A lot of them, I'm the only one they know. And I care about that, apparently, because it pisses me off. And I want to do something about it. For everybody else. As many people as I can. I want them to see this. See this. So that you see them coming, man, and shut it down. Stop it and shut it down. And I'm talking people that go to church and everything. That doesn't matter. That's not going to stop it. That devil dwells in the church, man. You can look around in church. If you go to church, you can look around and see, I've seen them over there, They hide in church. That's why the devil dwells in church, man. He wants them people. That's who he wants. And it's not that they're not doing good. They might be doing good, but it's a facade. They got them. They've got them. They got them scared. They got them twisted in the head because, just this is what you're going to look at. Look how good you're doing. But back here, what are you doing? How are you treating people? What are you doing for people? You're doing all kinds of stuff for yourself. And that includes your children. You might be doing all kinds of, I'm taking care of my child, and I'm this and that. Oh, yeah, well, you're supposed to do that. Why does that make you special? But what are you actually doing to them if you're not teaching them this stuff? What do they know? What do they see you doing? How do they see you treating people that demon has got you twisted on? You think they don't see it? You think they don't see that the rest of the family don't see it? They just love you. They don't want to say nothing. There's a lot of them that like to, but they can't say anything. And you won't see it because you're too tied up in yourself. This is coming hard, people, but you know what? I've got to put it out there, And remember what I said about Jesus. Quit worshiping Jesus. He didn't come to be worshipped. He don't want to be worshipped. He's the door. You go through him, you open the door, you walk into the kingdom. You'll never experience the rest. You don't progress. Because you don't go any further than the door. You're stuck on worshiping Jesus. Jesus, 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 which is good, but don't stay there, man. Walk into the kingdom. Look at this. Look what you have in the kingdom. In the kingdom is all the power. That's where he got his. You're not getting any from him. It comes from the kingdom. It comes from the Almighty. It comes from the big boss. You understand? The big boss. The actual boss. Not the general manager. Okay? Or the supervisors. You know? They're nobody. They're just like you. Just like you and me. They just got lucky and fell in or kissed up somewhere and got into a position. Yeah, whatever. Or worked themselves into it. You know, it's fine. But they're no better than you and me. They're not the boss. They have to go. When you request something, why do they have to take it to corporate? Why do they have to take it to this? Why do they have to ask? Why do they have to have a meeting? You know what I mean? Because they're not the boss. The big boss runs it all. He runs the show. When you become the one that runs the show, your own boss of the show, you'll see what I'm talking about. And sometimes you have to just drop the show and leave it. Let the show run by itself because they all think they're bosses and they can do it. Okay, go. You step away because you can go build another show. You are the show when you get to that level. You understand? But you got to get to that level. All right? I came across a little hard. I don't apologize for it. Some of you get it. Some of you won't like it. That's fine with me. But I'm pissed off. And now you know why. You understand? Now you know why. Like I just had to tell you, man. I can go out and ride my bike and go have a good time. Ride my bike. Enjoy freedom. Because I'm truly free. And I'm talking in the spirit. And I've always been free in the spirit. That's why nobody can contain me. I'll never allow anybody to contain me. I won't. I never have my whole life. They call me wild. They call me arrogant. They call me all kinds of names, man. Do you see that it affected me? Yeah, they hurt. They hurt. But you know what? They hurt for this long because you know what? They're suffering. They can't get there. They can't get there. They want it, but they can't get there because they won't do the work. Do the work. You want it? Do the work and get it. I'm certified in all kinds of positions, all kinds of jobs. I'm certified, man. Besides certifiable, okay? That's what they want. They want me to be certifiable. That's probably my choice too if I want. You know what I mean? But I'm certified in many things, many positions, many careers, man, in many things. But I went and learned those. You know, I'm an artist. I think funny. All artists think funny. An artist's mind is different. It's sporadic. It's not like regular people. Ask any artist. Ask people around that know artists. Man, artists are like, yeah, because we have so many aspects. You know what I mean? That's why my leather, I learned, that's God-given gift, man. That's God-given. I can't argue with that. I didn't go learn that. I didn't go learn my art. It's just natural. I can draw since I was little. I could draw anything, your face, everything, perfect. Since I was little, man. I mean, on a wall, on a paper, anything. You know, I could apply it to wood, to metal, to lead, to clay, to leather. I apply it to anything I want. It's an art. You know, I can apply it to speech. I can apply it. I can go all over the place with it, man. Because I've learned that and I've developed. And it's all spiritual, people. It's all spiritual. Those are the gifts I'm talking about that are in the kingdom. Do you understand? You want to find that out about yourself? Walk past the door and get into the kingdom. It's got to be spiritual. I love you. Have a good day. I got to go. From Dragon.